every single game between these two gets better and better. So pay close attention because I never know what I'm going to see. I am expecting a baller of a map here. Game number 3, Mayan Sanity's Anatan on the Delhi. 3D Clans B takes to the Malians. We are on Rocky River, folks. A rare sight these days, I feel like. Not that often is it coming up. Delhi Malians, a matchup that historically has favored the Delhi, but with the Malians and their recent buffs, their new TC builds, all these differences. Maybe B can show us something new. Put the predictions up, and I'm already seeing a lean towards Anatan, and that's no surprise. This guy has been on fire. What's impressed me between these two is every single game, I feel like we get better and better entertainment in these show matches between the two. Absolute big shout out to them, because we are, of course, on the preview for Season 9. This is brand spanking new stuff, new to be discovered things. Delhi didn't have any drastic changes. Malians did have an overhaul to their Tier 3 landmark. On top of that, we are talking about a situation where Siege got completely revamped. So if we get to that mid-game, we might see some exciting and unexpected occurrences. Looking at the spawn in the opening, though, B's got an interesting spawn here. Forward pit mine initially, but then retracted behind isn't too bad for him. For Anatan, it's kind of rough. Berries, and then the other ones are pretty far out on the side. No close near tree lines. Like, you haven't got this type of spawn, for example. In an ideal world, Anatan would love this spawn, because there is a world in which, you know, this game goes deep enough that we see cav on cav. And that raiding potential, those options at least, are going to be very important. I do quite like Delhi on this map, though. Typically, you're able to lean very fast into the sacred sites, and by doing so, it extends you into amassment of berries, which are very high value for outpost placements. Like, for example, here, you drop one outpost in between, or two outposts, rather, and you can always just kind of min-max, whereas often Delhi have to drop 2 outposts per berry. So, essentially half the cost to defend. Should be seeing a pretty standard play into Mantiquary here, right? I've seen a few people going for the Saharan Trade Network, but only really makes sense when you're being pressured. And when there's maybe like an option for an outpost rush afterwards, which this map doesn't really have that. Yeah, Dome of Faith from the other side to be expected. And, okay, no, he just wants to save gold. I think this makes sense if you want to be very greedy with Malians. I think this is the situation where Saharan Trade Network makes sense. And it sounds weird, right? Not taking the eco landmark is how you be greedy. But it's such a powerful defense with the javelins now. The damage output, I think it got like increased by, it was 20% or something like that. It's quite high. So very difficult for even things like Ghazi to dive early on, because the base damage is 11. And Ghazi, of course, have the 2 ranged armor. So add in the fact that Ghazi, compared to the start of the year, have 10 less health. It's not easy to get underneath the pit mine early on until you've got like 10 to 12 Ghazi. See what B does with that type of delay. Or house is getting added in the meantime. How did you guys vote? Okay, so, you know, there's some believers in B, actually. We've got more points going to him than Anatan. The only thing I can think as well is maybe B was worried about some weird, cheesy type of outpost rush. We've seen Delhi do that before. I don't think this is really the map for it. And, Anatan just discovered the back goal. So good thing he didn't make anything too overzealous in terms of aggro. The good news about what's happened here, though, is like, although B can be more greedy, one thing that I think maybe makes the Saharan Trade Network a bit weird is in this matchup, this is logical when your opponent has to attack in you to punish your greed. But the thing that the Delhi do really well is just playing the map to punish greed. If you don't want to come out, they take these 3 sacred sites, and they just kind of eclipse any eco advantage you can get on the other side in early game. So what I'd like to see B do is you leverage this Saharan Trade Network to not keep any units at home to defend. Logic being is this should be able to hold back a few Ghazi coming by, and then his main army can contest on Sacred Site. So we'll probably see Donzo as an opener for B. And then the natural follow-up is like, if Anatan goes Archer, you just go Javelin, because normally Delhi can beat Mali and Jav spam with like Archer spam in the mid-map, because you just have great attack speed, right? But when you don't have the Tower of Victory, it tends to favor Malians. Stave drop now coming in. He on the tree line suggests that we are going to be seeing some infrastructure, but it looks like it's greed. Yeah, I think B's going fast castle. And it's not going to be the new Farimba type. It looks like it's going to be the old school Fulani. We did talk about this idea that when you go for this Saharan trade network, it gives you this. It feels weird because you got 75 less gold per minute, but you've saved a lot elsewhere. Like, think about it this way. If you want to rush Castle Age, you're going to have some type of defense. So, do you build 2 outposts at 100 wood each, and then get emplacements at 75 each? Do you build a Rax and build several Donzos for several hundred resources? Or do you just sacrifice the 75 gold because you'll probably be castled by like, what, 10, 11 minutes? So you would have got maybe 375 gold out of that for free. But the trade-off of building all those emplacements means you aren't really ahead. And arguably, like, double outpost wouldn't be good enough in its entirety. Building Donzos, you're going to spend more than you would giving up the Mansa. So I actually rate this build quite well. It's just whether you can get away with the greed. The outposts may not be needed, but the walls most definitely are. So trying to rush them up, the timing might just be perfect here. Oh, or not. Oh, no. No, beat. Oh, no. That's the wall nerfs right there. Right there. That is the wall nerfs in its entirety, folks. It takes 8 seconds now compared to the old 4. So quick walling is a lot harder than it used to be. Yeah, you can see the game sense being off for B, right? Like, in the old patch, that was ample time to build like this. He would have been fine. But new patch, one Ghazi able to get through, and one Ghazi is maybe all you need here. I think B has to sacrifice a villager to complete this wall. In fact, the best way to do this would have been to stand on the outside, then walk around. With free Ghazi here, he might just get sniped straight away. And as a result, he does now build the palisade into a gate. Anatan, in the meantime, is securing those sacred sites, though. 2 already getting locked in. 3rd one being shuffled for now. Well, it will be a pit mine down. The B is definitely still going to get his tech up, and it looks like it might have been a bait. Or it's a switch in plan because of what just happened. I don't see a Fulani coming, guys. This is Farimba. Is the Farimba Imba is the real question, though. I mean, not really. So one big problem is is it Freeman option? I forget what they're called. So one of the options you have here, the Freeborn. The Freeborn Warriors come with 5 ranged armor. They're meant to be a good counter to archers, but because they count as light melee infantry, they get countered by archers still, because archers get double damage. So that option's removed. Mansa Musafadi are pretty intriguing. They do look really strong. I'm not sure about javelins. I've yet to see a single javelin game, but your opponent's opened with calves, so the likelihood of you going javelin seems low here. Donzo will be able to just brush away the Ghazi. Farimba is going to be on the way. Now, can Anatan get this free piece of information? He should know what's happening here. He's only seeing 3 units. He only sees 1 runch. You'd see more by now, right? So Anatan was already aware. He's already stockpiling, and now he has confirmation. So this should be House of Learning coming in versus Farimba. Ooh. Do Mansa Musafadi beat Honeblade's Men-at-Arms? I think so, because you don't have Tower Victory. If it was TOV, I'd probably still favor the Delhi. But this should be pretty good for the Malians. He only gets 1 choice, remember. And Anatan, he hasn't scaled any archers, so like transitioning archers now might feel a bit weird. The good news is he's got all these scholars to do so with. But I think #1 priority, yeah, you see him setting up for it now. He's shuffling out to all the relics. He's going for that signature classic 5 relic grab. Although admittedly, he's 1 short right now. Yeah, this timing is disgusting. I think the first time I saw it in competitive play was Marine Lord, and I called it the Marine Lord signature. It was so perfectly timed. The tech up came in, and you had 5 relics returning within 5 seconds. So I understand. Maybe a little bit slower than that, but we should now start to see him pick these up. So 1 grabbed here, 2nd one available there, 3rd over here, and 4th. And B doesn't have any fluidity to its inventory, so he can't block this play. Anatan immediately queuing up the Lancers. Homeblade's also queued up. 2 minutes away, 2.5 minutes away, but once these relics are returned, it's going to be accelerated further. And we have not got a choice yet, and I kind of like that from B. Okay, there we go. I was about to say, I feel like it's worth waiting to just confirm that you're making the right choice because this is irreversible. You won't get another choice until Imperial. And finally, for the first time, I'm going to get to see the Mansa Javelineers in action. These guys are kind of cool. So they have the toxic arrows that you get on archers. But on top of that, they move quicker than standard javelins. 1.38 movement speed. If you've ever wondered what marching drill javelins would look like, this is it. And are you kidding me? B, he's having flashbacks. Last time he was on Rocky River, Anatan rushed Imperial of English and built mass rangers and then wall crawled the map. B has a memory of an elephant here, ironically, against the Delhi. He's looking to do the same. That's brilliant. I mean, the stone walls are not quick to build, right? It's a big investment. And he's got a long way to go, but I kind of like the idea. He's going to wall crawl out towards one of the sacred sites to get the decap. Because right now, he's on the clock. The question is whether he's got enough time and enough freedom to do this. We see that toxin coming through. So Lancers definitely feeling threatened here. This is a cool idea. But Anatan, what on earth is going on over here? He's rushing Imperial. I mean, he's built mass javelins. Why not elephants? Well, actually, no, for good reason, right? Because, like, range tag? So that's not the answer, surely. I guess it's just about getting good lancers? Or you just go Ghazi. Like, in fairness, Delhi Ghazi are really impressive. The stats are solid, very tanky, very fluid comp. Doesn't need enough food, and that's where Pro Scouts comes in handy here. Remember, he gets it for free, has the fast tech timing due to Dome of Faith, and this map has more deer than average maps. And it is going to be Palace of Sultan. So I was a little bit questionable the idea of Palace of Sultan just because like you're building into gunpowder elephants, which do have the range tag, right? So javelins will kill them quite fast. But, I mean, these elephants are overall very tanky, so if the javelins are wasting all their attacks there, they're not dealing with the lancers charging at them. This is such a funny build. B is on a mission, man. If only he knew that Anatan was going for Impage, he'd realize this wall is completely pointless. He could just decap for free. Like, there's nothing to stop him walking in with his Javelineers and taking this. And he finally realizes it. He's like, why have I not been attacked? Why are there only a few knights here? And why is Anatan in Imperial Age as the Delhi at 13 minutes? More whys than you'll find in the YMCA song. Oh my god. Anatan. I kind of love this war elephant detail. In a weird way, it's like building spears against javelins. Problem is the movement speed. You can get kited here. A raid coming in. Looks like scouts get sniped. One of the villagers already dead as well. So no more pro scouts play. Does B not just dive this? Do you not just put on your scuba gear and go in deep? I feel like you do. Weirdly enough, no, though. B is backing up. What is he scared of here? I mean, I'm not sure what the point is in Pakes here. You're not going to be with crossbows. Even hand cannoneers feels weird against Javs, right? Because the extra movement speed these ones have. We have got the elephants, got Mahouts on the way, but even Mahouts, you're not going to be quick enough to gap close here, right? Armored Beast is intriguing, though, because it means you're going to be taking 1 damage from these javelins. The poison isn't that impressive when you consider these elephants are about to have over 1,000 HP. You heard me correctly. 1,000 HP coming your way, Choo-Choo. Also, kind of intriguing here is the Delhi Imp techs, right? Because they're still free for them. Everyone else, they got nerfed because they're 1,500 now. But for the Delhi, with a Dome of Faith build, it's still very easy. Might be about to see how easy. Yeah, it's already up. So this is going to be a rush into biology. And guys, that's a 30% increase. Elephants got buffed by this patch, right? Biology got improved. So Armored Beasts take you over 1,000 HP. You're going to be like, what, 1,400 HP per elephant. Oh my god. Elephants that recently got buffed on their splash damage. This is crazy. How is this balanced? Guys, I've watched war elephants beat mass spears. If you think they're going to struggle with mass javelins, think again. He's struggling right now because he's getting kited. But once these techs are in, B's going to have no option but to just run. It takes so long to kill them. You know the saddest part is, Anatan can just micro away the injured ones back to the scholars afterwards, right? Get their boo-boos kiss better. He doesn't have to lose a single unit. All he's doing right now is buying time. And time is everything for the Delhi because they're getting all these techs. Meanwhile, the wall crawl is almost complete. Oh, this is brilliant. Now, elephants can siege walls, folks, but it's not quick. That's 3,000 HP, and you hit for 100 every 3 seconds. Oh my god, this is working. This is actually working. Despite the 10 ranged armor on these tower elephants as well, they're taking 20 damage, so half damage is going through. Gunpowder elephants is not the solution, folks. So there we go, 1,062 HP. Biology is a minute and a half away. The only way this strategy is going to work for Anatan is if he kills economy. Oh, this is so good. I've got such a big smile on my face, and we're only 3 games in. Love the fact he kills one elephant, just send the others in. I don't think they can break the wall quick enough, though. They're so good at kiting. Wall's almost complete. The elephant is intercepting. And a keep drop is coming in from Anatan. Now, interestingly enough, these guys will not outrange a keep, but they do have a lot of ranged armor. Nah, they're not going to kill it. This was a cool idea by B, but the ultimate counter is to just drop a keep in the way. It takes so long to die. That's not an elephant. That's a porcupine. No, guys, it's not animal abuse. We're just evolving them into porcupines. It's fine. This is no different than when a Pokemon trainer bludgeons his Pokemon with a Thunderstone. Okay? How else do you think those stones work? You hit them with it. Anno has got quite a big food bank still. He's still got pocket resources. There's all the berries out on the flank. I think if B gets enough javelins, though, he can spread out and starve that. Okay, so elephants are now buffed to 1,318 HP. Huh? And remember, they charge. So they do move quicker than javelins temporarily with the Mahouts now. This game is so silly. She's at 45, sorry. A 45 javelin is. The hit for 1 damage and then poison. This is the slowest fight in the world. Elephants are also now starting to slip in. This is the problem. B, it takes him 1,300 shots to kill these elephants. He's got the poison, right? So it's less than 1,300 damage required because the dot. It's still a lot of time being bought by just 1 or 2 elephants, though. And kind of congrats. Like, your javelins are reacting to the 2 elephants on the flank. But what happens with the central elephants now? Do they not just come back? We've got B building stone wall towers. I can't. Oh, villagers are going to have to migrate the area. They're running for their lives. Elephant. Oh, this is big. This is actually big. Remember, they do splash damage. So either lose the villagers or lose the javelins. What's it going to be? So war elephants, they only cost 750. These javelins are 120 each. You don't have to kill many for it to be a good trade. 1 elephant down. That took way too long. Elephants say death to walls. Stonewall Tower. No, it's not going to complete. The Gunpowder Boy comes in. That's 2 villages down. And we do have a move coming in from Anatan. It's going to be a look for a keep drop. So Stone Gathered in the center. Likely into a keep drop on the forward. This is like the slowest death ever. We went from game 2, which was the fastest death ever, to game 3 that is just death by, I don't want to say 1,000 cuts. It's more like 100 cuts, but it's a rusty blade, and instead of swinging really fast, it's like scraping across at the slowest speed possible. Right, you're being killed by a rusty butter knife wielded by a 110-year-old geriatrics that has the movement speed and APM reaction speed of a slug. But guess what? That old gal didn't survive to 110 years old for nothing. She got moves. It's the Congo line from the Conga. 11 War Elephants move in, and they go immediately after the TC. It's Elephanto fun time. He's going for a landmark victory here. He's spreading it out. It's 18 elephants and counting upwards here. And the javelins just can't stop him. If it was death by 1,000 spoons, this is death by 1 ladle thump. Double landmark down. Third about to flop. Anatan has destroyed B. I have a feeling the Farimba garrison might need more buffs. Javelineers look like they're throwing toothpicks in this one. Game 3, and it's another Anatan win. Elephanto fun time. You are out.